Hello, hello. Sky Blue is back. I've been away. I just didn't have the motivation to do a video, or I've done a couple, but I just didn't put them up. It's been, a mad kind of end of 2020. There's been so much going on, all of it bad. It's hard to, think, oh, here's some good news. Okay, I think I saw something on Facebook which said California has banned all testing on animals for, I believe it was like cosmetics. A good thing is these days is stopping something that's horrible. It's not good news because it's like something good. I mean, obviously it's something good, but it's something good because it's stopping something that's so horrific. It's like, oh right, the right thing is happening, not some sadistic, sick practice that these poor animals suffer dreadfully. It's awful. So it's you try to be happy about these things, but it just reminds you how horrible things have been. And today is the day of finding out the results of the next president of the United States. And all I can say is, let's hope we don't have another 4 years of what has just been. So it might take a little while to find out what's going to happen, but fingers, toes, and everything crossed. That's all I can say. Important day today for America and for the rest of the world, really, because a lot of the world looks at America and often criticizes it. From my, what I've got from, well, it's mixed. It's mixed. Some people can go, oh yeah, America's great, and some people, not so keen or whatever. I've been in the UK for 30 years, so I've seen some of the worst, and I've been, attitude towards America, and I've been, victim to a bit of, I guess, kind of bullying me because I'm American. I have lived somewhere else longer now than I've lived in my home country, so through and through, I am American for sure. That's my heritage. That's half my life, nearly. So, yeah. But yeah, important day, and I just hope there's some sort of good news in the next week that there'll be possibility of some sort of fixing the mess that has been this past 4 years. And I think that's what a lot of people are hoping for. And yeah, I don't have much to say really, except for that. And at midnight or 6 in the morning tomorrow, I will have become 57 years old. Which is Like I wasn't sure I was going to make it at times. Honestly, every day is such a struggle. It really is. So I kind of didn't feel too bad today because I thought, wow, I think I'm going to make it. I'm going to actually make it to 57. It's not far off now. One more day, you know. But it's still hard living in a body that's 57 years old, and I've had a bit of a battering, and I've chronic illness and whatnot. So it's tough. It's tough, but I gotta be grateful. That's what I try to say to other people that are down, or myself, and be grateful for life, because there's definitely others worse off, most definitely, and I must be grateful for just the breath in my lungs still, and my brain still works. My body might be quite broken, but I still have a mind and a heart and a soul. Anyway, I'm hoping, things will get better for everyone soon. Humanity and the animal kingdom, which we've destroyed, and the environment, which we have destroyed. I hope it's not too late. Because, Roger Hallam from Extinction Rebellion, one of the founders, I watched a 60-minute interview with him, and it was like, this was before the pandemic, and it was like he was mentioning all these things that were going to happen, like natural disasters and food shortages, and just really like apocalyptic sort of world. And then the pandemic hit, and suddenly food became a bit scarcer, not as easy for people to get what they wanted, and we got these crazy wildfires going on in California, the worst they've ever been, the most ever that's been burnt down. We've got oceans so full of plastic, and a lot of what was happening, all these sort of marches, and a lot of police brutality, and people getting shot for and killed because of their sort of right to just be unhappy with injustice that's going on in the world, and a president who's literally unable to denounce white supremacy and white supremacists, and overtly just awful to women, awful to disabled people. I mean, pretty much awful to everyone except for his cronies. And then he's awful to them if they, step out of line or do anything wrong, then they're out anyway. So let's hope the whole lot are just gone soon, and we can try to make this world one that we all, want to live in, really, because it hasn't been something to, think, oh wow, we've done really well for ourselves, Sure, in some ways we have, maybe, with advancements of technology, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now if it wasn't for human endeavor and imagination and intelligence and whatnot. But we're also extremely, a lot of our ways are very archaic, I think, still. And the racism, the homophobia, the sexism, all these things are still going on in big parts of the world, and it does feel like an uphill battle, Yeah. So I do think, there are hopefully enough people that care and that do want a better world for not just themselves but for everyone else, and for the environment and the planet, and all the living beings still here, because so many have gone now. The extinction rate with animals is just crazy. The rainforests are being taken down for everything from toilet roll to cocoa beans, to feeding animals, yet starving children, and it all comes back, bite us really hard. We're all suffering now because of what we've done. And, people have to stand up and say, not anymore, we can't do this anymore. We can't live like this, Like barbarians, really. So it's tough times, and I guess, I hope for, a world that, children can be happy to be in, when they become adults, and a lot of us, will maybe not be here, to see some of the new things that go on in the world, I just think about the people that have gone before this pandemic that never, got to this crazy time in this cycle of life that we're in. Yeah, so I don't know. Next couple of days will be interesting. It could go crazy. My mom told me that, shops in New York City have boarded themselves up, in case there are riots. So who knows what's going to happen? I don't know. I assume every American right now is glued to their telly and, waiting to hear what's going to happen. So I think my time, midnight, is maybe when things you start to hear a little bit, because we're 5 hours ahead. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Sky blue. Peace.